Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being with me today. So, yesterday I had to look from the left to the right. Today I'm looking up and down because I have the camera sitting right on top of each other. So hopefully I'm praying that this is going to go. So let me go in and tag some people because they want me to remind them. See it. So of course I'm having trouble with it going into the group because for some reason it is not letting me. So hold on, let me find out what I need to do. Let me see. I don't know what's going on with my computer. I don't know. Let me see what else I can do. Let me see. Well, there's a will, there's a way. I'm not going to be defeated. Oh, God. Okay, let's see. So I can't go live on Facebook because it is saying that it will not connect. So let me try this way. Sorry for reaching over. Let me see if I could. Bear with me. Let me see. Hopefully I can probably go live here. And hopefully it can allow me to go live on this phone. Ah. See if this is going to work again. I'm definitely going to have to do some editing on this one, but we're going to trust God. We're going to believe God for this. We're going to believe God that it's going to work. So it looks like I've gone live. So let me double check to make sure. I don't know what's going on with this. So you guys just hold on for a minute. I've been having trouble. I think it's Facebook. I don't think it's me. I really think it's Facebook. Am I live on my page? No. I'll be live on my page, guys, instead of in the group. Bear with me, YouTube. Bear with me. Oh, shoot. Group. Okay, I guess that is me. That's how it does it. Okay. Try this again. Take 3. Try to put it back up. Yes, I'm going to have to do a lot of editing. Oh. Okay, let's see. Yes, it says that I'm live. Let me double check. If you're coming in on YouTube, just give me a minute because Facebook is really showing out today. Let me see. Okay, we are live. We are live on Facebook, so let me tag some people who wanted me to tag them. Let me make sure. It looks like I'm frozen on the live. Okay, I'm back. Let me see. Okay, I want to tag some people that's in the group. You guys give me a minute because Facebook has been on it today. They've been playing with my emotions today, you guys. Facebook's been playing with my emotions today. So I'm trying to tag everyone. They want me to tag them to let them know that I am on. So if you come in, good afternoon, Miss Mary. How are you? So I'm looking down. So you guys give me a minute. I'm trying to make sure I tag everyone because they want me to tag them. And Facebook will not let me do everybody at one time, of course. Of course. And y'all hear the dogs out there barking? They like little children. Okay, let's see if there's anyone else I need to check. I don't know why it won't let me do add everyone. Give me 1 minute to tag all these people to let them know. These dogs. Okay, so let me send this. You guys, if you know of anybody who needs to be tagged, you can just tag them in if they're in the group. If not, then I can add them to the group. But we are going to just go ahead and jump right into our prayer. You know how you can tell that what you're doing is going to be awesome because the enemy is just cutting up. And that's what I've been dealing with all day. The enemy has been cutting up. It looked like I'm frozen. So if you are looking on Facebook and I'm frozen, please let me know. I don't know what's going on with this, but I am going to keep going. I'm recording it on YouTube. I'm going to have to go in and do some editing because I was all over the place trying to get started. But as people come in, I will just keep talking to them. So on yesterday, we talked about say it loud. You know, when you go into prayer, say it loud. And so today I want to talk to you about removing the limits you place on God. See, because many times we are going before God. We're talking about 21 days of audacious ask. And Miss Mary, I got your dear DM. Listen, we are touching and agreeing. I'm believing God for supernatural manifestations. I'm believing God for things just being so amazing, like everything that we're laying before him in the next 21 days. I am believing that it's going to God is going to blow our mind. He's going to do exceedingly and abundantly above what we could ask or think. So I don't know about you, but I am believing God for supernatural manifestations. And I didn't make small requests. I came in guns blazing. Listen, we've already cleared the place. And like I said, I'm doing a fast with mine. You don't have to, but I'm doing a fast with mine because I really believe that God is asking us to show up in this season. And so today I want you to remove the limits that you place on God. So Psalm 78:41 says, they turned back and tempted God and limited the Holy Spirit of Israel. So are we limited what God is doing? Have we put God in a box? And we tell them that, God, if you can't show up at this time on this day, then I don't know, Lord. See, and if we're honest, and I'm be looking all over the place because I have the camera here, the video here, my notes on this side. So you guys just bear with me. So I'm not ignoring you if I'm looking away. Hey, Miss Sharon, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us. And if you're coming on, send me a comment. Let me know that you're on. And so today we're going to talk about, if we're honest, God is not limited. It's our thinking. It's our mindset that we only see God so big. We only believe God for so big. We only, because of our lack mentality, we are only seeing that God can only do certain things. He can make sure somebody brings food by the house when I don't have any food. He'll give me just enough money so that I can pay my bills. But see, he said, I will do exceedingly, hi Takia, hi Deanna, that I will do exceedingly and abundantly above all you could ask or think. But see, our thinking is so, we're not moving in faith. We're moving in, what is the word I'm looking for? We're moving in false faith, false faithhood, where we're believing God, but not really. We're saying it with our mouth, but our heart is not there. We're speaking it and we're saying, I'm blessed and highly favored. Oh, I'm blessed of the Lord. But then you're really saying, God, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know how my end's going to meet. I don't know if I'm worthy to be called your daughter or your son. We have to stop putting limitations on God, and we have to get out of that mentality. We have to move out of the mentality of lack. See, the children of Israel, that problem was they were stuck in the past. They were stuck in that lack mentality. They were stuck in a place where they was always looking back at what they did in Egypt. Now in Egypt, they were slaves, but they keep looking back in Egypt saying, when I was in Egypt, they gave us leeks. Yeah, but you was a slave. You was working. They was beating you, but you are okay with that because you don't want to believe that God can do better. You don't want to believe that he can do exceedingly and abundantly. You don't want to believe that he is truly the God of Israel. And so when they got to the place where they was at the Red Sea and Pharaoh's army was coming behind them, they started crying out to God again. God, we need you to help us. God, we need you to come in. We need you to show up and show out. God. But guess what? God said, listen, Moses, tell them to stop crying and see themselves on the other side. So what God was telling them, listen, get your mind right. Get your mindset right. I'm God. See me as unlimited. I'm God. So why are you sitting here crying? And I done brought you. Did you not see the things that I did while you was in Egypt? Did you not see how I protected you when everybody else was going through the plagues? Did you not see how I kept you when I killed the firstborn of not just the Egyptians, but the slaves? I killed the firstborn of the animals. Every firstborn I killed, but I protected you. So come on, get your mind right. So I know it was nice and pretty, and I said remove the limitations, and it's our thinking. I'm gonna be real. Get your mind right. That's what the Lord was telling them. Listen, see yourself on the other side, because until you can see it, you're not gonna believe it, and until you see it, say it, and believe it, it's not gonna come to pass. If I don't see it in my spirit, I will never see it in the natural. If I don't believe it in my spirit, it will never come to pass. So, beloved, get your mind right. I need you to take the limits off of God. Have you ever been riding in a car and you have the handbrake on? Or you're trying to move in the car and you got your foot on the brake? That's the same thing. We're trying to get to the destination. The car is running. We have gas in the car. We put the car in drive, but we're pressing the brakes. Come on, beloved. Today, we are talking about 21 days of audacious ask. So we're taking the brakes off. We're taking the limitations off of God. We're seeing God just who he is, high and lifted up. We're seeing him as the great I am, as the I am that I am, the author and finisher of my faith, the Alpha and the Omega. Come on, we need to see him bigger than we've ever seen him before. We're talking about not just 21 days of prayer. We're talking about 21 days of audacious ask, where we're asking God for stuff that seems impossible. You guys saw that I posted in the group that I'm hosting a global program. I'm hosting. I'm not just a guest, because I'm constantly a guest on the show, but this time I'm the host. Listen, don't tell me what God won't do. And I didn't send any emails. I didn't text anybody. She texted me. Hey, would you like to be the host of this program? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is why it's LaTorsha Pilati Global Ministries. Come on. I'm stepping into what God is calling me to step in. And so, the children of Israel, they saw the provisions. They saw the miracles, and they still doubted. They still lived in Egypt. They still lived in slavery. Come on, I'm not going to be a slave to this world and keep talking about, I coulda, woulda, shoulda. Absolutely not. God forbid. See, I'm in y'all face today. Why? Because I want you to believe bigger than you ever believed. I want you to have faith bigger than you ever had before. Why? Because we're talking about audacious ask. Something that appears to be impossible for you. But we know with God, all things are possible. And like I said, I'm excited about what God is about to do for us. Not just for me. I'm not just on here for myself. What God is going to do for us. And I want you to know, those who DM me, I have your DMs, and I will be bombarding heaven with you with your requests that you have before God. So the real questions, and you said, first of all, you don't limit God with your words alone. You limit him with your expectations, with your past disappointments, with your internal beliefs. So how many of you have been with people and they disappointed you? So now when you go to God, you're like, God, are you serious? Are you going to come through for me? God, are you going to really show up? God, are you going to do what you say you're going to do? Because we don't trust him, because we treating him like people, are you sure you're going to be able to do this? There was times I'm like, Lord, I'm about to step out on faith. Are you sure? Don't let me step out here on faith and then I'm going to be looking crazy. Please don't let me step out and then I'm looking cray-cray. But that's because people dropped me. People disappointed me. So I expected God to disappoint me. But beloved, we're talking about audacious ask. We're talking about the God of the universe. We're talking about the Alpha and the Omega. So you guys, let me know if I'm freezing so I can make sure I check the internet, because this internet is acting up with me for real. So we're really going to trust God. We're going to believe God. So where is your expectation? If you're expecting little, you're going to get little. But if you expect much, you're going to get much. I'm expecting my villa with the white marble floors heated and the marble staircase, heated. I'm believing God. I'm believing God. Come on, we have to have audacious. I drove by a house today and I looked at it and I was like, okay, Lord, that looked like a house that I should be living in. Yeah, my internet, I don't know what's going on with the internet, but it's going to have to get right because I have to be on this live tomorrow hosting. So this internet better get some act right. I'm about to put some oil on it like I did my television I was talking about in the morning. Put some oil on it, pray over it. So are you saying God can, but will he do it for me? Because listen, I can run into the enemy's camp and snatch back everything for somebody else. I can bombard heaven, crying and sweating and pleading the blood for somebody else. See, I have great faith for somebody else. But when it comes to me praying for me, I'm like, well, You know, no, listen, we have to say if God can do it for them, he can do it for me. If he can have a ram in the bush for Abraham, then he can have a ram in the bush for LaTorsha. If he can put Esther in the palace, he can put LaTorsha in the villa. Come on, we have to say God can. If he's done it for someone else, he can surely do it for me. Why? Because his word says that he's no respecter of person. So if he's no respecter of person, if he's done it before, he can do it again. I think that's a song. If he done it before, he can do it again because he's God. He's God. And sometimes we say that's for other people. That's not for me. God can bless them like that. God can send them out to other countries. God can make them international or global, but that's just not for me. Why not? Because of the limitations you put on God. You don't think that God will allow you to do that he will send you into the mission field, that he would allow you to speak to people all over the world because you have limited God. And then we always say, well, I tried before and it didn't work. I prayed and I fasted and I sought the Lord's face and it didn't happen. So he didn't come when I wanted him to. And so he didn't do it for me. Come on, take the limitations off of God. Maybe if he would have given you what you asked for, you would have found yourself in a place. Because listen, when they fired me from that job and I was praying for real, Lord, let them realize they did me wrong. When I do this case, let it come back so I can go in the building and I'm going to the building and act up. See, I wasn't ready because I would have got fired again because I would have went up in the building and showed off because I was about 75% saved at the time. I would have showed all the way out. So God knew it wasn't time for me to get it. He knew that it wasn't my time. But we have to say, we're not waiting on God to move. God is waiting for you to remove the ceilings you placed on him. God is sitting there like, listen, when you trust me for real, when you have faith for real, when you speak my word over your situation instead of crying and whining and talking about, coulda, woulda, shoulda, when you start speaking my word, because I don't watch over your woe is me, I watch over my words to perform it. I watch over my words to perform it. So if you're not speaking my word over your situation, if you're not standing in faith believing that things are going to happen, then I'll just wait. I'm right here waiting on you. I'm waiting on you to catch up. When I was always, I always got a story, you guys. But when I was running in the military, they would always put me in the back because I was so tall and my legs were so long that the people who were short in the formation couldn't keep up with my pace because even though I was running at a slow pace, my stride was wide. And so my one step was like 3 or 4 steps to them. So they would always stick me in the back and I would always have to do these little choppy steps because they could not keep up. Come on, listen, take the limits off. And if we got to a certain point and they will release us and they would say, go ahead and run. Man, I would stretch my legs because I've been running in choppy steps the whole 3-4 miles and my knees hurting, my back hurting, but then they released me and I could run in a sprint. Are you running in the sprint? Are you still being choppy? Are you just taking little baby steps? Are you ready to take off in a full sprint, believing God all the way across the finish line? Come on. And God is not just going to meet your expectation. He's going to exceed them. So, but if your expectation is low, you won't recognize his abundance when it shows up. If I just want a loaf of bread, then all I'm going to see that God gave me a loaf of bread. Listen, I'm believing to walk into a place where the meal costs about $1,500. Come on, we have to see ourselves bigger. I'm no longer, it's nothing with Danville, but I am so bigger than Danville. I love my people. I love my friends. I love the church, but I'm so much bigger than Danville. I don't think I'm better, but my mindset is different. I've shifted some things in my thinking. I believe God bigger than what I did when I didn't have much. Come on. When I was living on Almay Grove. Come on. But we have to you stop adjusting our faith based on what didn't happen before. Who left us? What failed? God is still God, whether you believe him or not. He's still the Alpha and the Omega, whether you believe him or not. He's still the way maker, whether you believe him or not. He's still God. He's still the author and finisher of our faith. So listen, if he's the author of our faith, that means we have faith. I'm talking about 21 days of audacious ask. So I want you to stand boldly on the word of God. Take any limitations. Because if what you're praying for don't scare you, then you need to ask yourself, is it really audacious? If what you're asking for don't make your heart beat a little faster, then you need to ask yourself, am I really having an audacious ask? Because, listen, the things that I have laid up before the Lord, yeah, it's serious. It's real. Come on. But we have to make sure that we are trusting God. But beyond where we really have expectation, beyond, we need to go beyond. We're no longer in the mustard seed faith. It's time for us to step into the measure. Come on. Listen, I'm going to push you. I'm going to make sure we're going to go to that next level in God. We have 21 days and we're just on what? Day 3? Come on. Now that you're saying it loud, take the limits off. Don't go back and say, well, God, maybe you, well, I know that you God and you got so many prayers going on. Listen. He's everywhere. He can hear my prayers. When he hears your prayers, it's not going to cause him to stutter step. He's God. He's God. Come on. So our declaration today is, today, I break every limit I have placed on God. I release past disappointments, fears, and doubts. I expand my expectation to match his power. I believe beyond what I have seen, felt, or experienced. God is not limited, and neither is what he can do in my life. Come, listen, I'm about to jump up and take off running off that. The declaration for today. Today, I break every limit I have placed on God. I release past disappointments, fears, and doubt. I expect my expectation to match his power. I believe beyond what I have seen, felt, or experienced. God is not limited, and neither is what he can do in my life. Come on. So you all today, take the limits off. Take a moment. I want you to sit there and ask yourself, where have I unconsciously limited God in my life? Where have I said that God, I don't believe that God can do it? What past disappointment is shaping your expectations today? That's what I want you to think about. That's what I want you to think about. And so I will post as soon as I get off, because if I get busy, I'm going to forget, because I don't think I posted the declaration for yesterday. So I will post the declaration for yesterday. The first day is on there. I'm going to post this one for yesterday, and I'm going to post it. Yes, say it loud and say it proud, Miss Deanna. Say it with your chest. Listen, and I'm going to post the declaration for today. And I want you to say the declaration over yourself throughout the day. Ask yourself, what is it that's keeping me from believing that God can do exceedingly and abundantly above all I could ask or think? What are my limitations? What have I placed on myself that's hindering me from doing what God has asked me to do? So you all, I love you. I'm so excited about what God is about to do for us. Super excited. Listen, I didn't turn down my plate and I ain't even, it haven't even fazed me. So I know that I'm so excited about what God is about to do because I'm believing for huge things. Audacious acts. So you all have an amazing, amazing day. Hold on, somebody was sending me some comments and I didn't hear it. Okay, we have to have, listen, we have to believe God for a supernatural, audacious ask. You all have an amazing day. I will see you back here tomorrow at 12, the morning watch at 8, and then at 2 to 3 with King Television. So I would love for you to join me and just, support me with King Television as well. So you all have an amazing, amazing day. Know that I love you. Know that I'm here. Send me, I have received some prayer requests. So just send, let me know if there's any more who wants to send prayer requests. Yep, I love you too, Marie. You all have an amazing day. Oh, and I just put the camera right in front of the television. Sorry.